Hi, this is Chris Heuer, and I'm coming to you from the Social Media Clubhouse here at the IBM Social Business Lounge during South by Southwest. And I'm joined today here by John Oates, who's currently the Director of Social Media for Dr. Oz Show Media.
Yep, Dr. Oz Show.
And I understand that this is a new position for you. So how did you come about meeting Dr. Oz and getting this gig?
Well, you know, I worked at VaynerMedia for a while. I was there for a little over 2 years, and I had known Dr. Oz kind of tangentially through a couple people. My dad knows him pretty well, and when I saw the position become available, my first thought was, you know, we need to get him at VaynerMedia. Like, we need to get him as a client. And I met with them, and they just made it very clear we want somebody internally. And I was bummed about that because I wanted to stay at Vayner, and you know. But then as we started talking about it, and I really realized that this was an opportunity for me to build like one brand over the course of a long period of time and have it be my thing. It was really something I really wanted to do, and the guys at Vayner were very supportive of that and helped me make my decision. And it was a great experience.
That's fantastic. So let's go back a little bit. So what were you doing at Vayner? I mean, I know Gary very well. Great guy. You do a lot of great stuff for a lot of different clients. What was your role there?
So I started off there kind of bottom of the ladder. I met him in 2009 when VaynerMedia just started, and I really realized that it was going to be a big thing. I mean, my dad was like, this is a tidal wave. You got to be at the front of it, and this is an opportunity. And I didn't know much about social media. I mean, everybody there was light years ahead of me. But I kind of got in there and just started doing whatever I could, you know, case studies, you know, really just learning for the first, 7-8 months I was there. And then I kind of transitioned to the role of project manager, where I was able to work directly with clients, which eventually went to account executive, where I was able to work on several clients, and just working there for 2 years and change. Not only under the tutelage of Gary and AJ, but just all the other talented people they had there. I mean, you can't help but become very knowledgeable about the space, being around all those people.
So I've always talked about how social media is really kind of the verb. It's socializing of media. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of parallels to entertainment and media. How did the work that you were doing with Vayner actually prepare you for working with Dr. Oz and all the things you do with the show and making that social?
Yeah, I mean, it's we were always pitching our clients, which were a lot of CPG brands, sports teams, things like that, about like, look, this is an opportunity for you to create a conversation, and instead of it being a speech, or a lecture, it's a two-way conversation. So, transitioning to a TV show from that, with that frame of mind was natural because, we have the audience there, they're watching the show, this is an opportunity through social media to engage them and make the show interactive instead of just a one-way street. So, that's what really excited me. And the good thing is that Dr. Oz personally is really passionate about social media, loves connecting with his fans, and, has really jumped on board with a lot of the ideas, which makes my position a lot easier because he loves doing it, and he loves making sure that his fans are in the know and can connect with him and get info on his social platforms that they wouldn't be able to get otherwise. Yeah.
You've been very lucky, as you probably are aware, to have two really great leaders as your bosses instead of managers. Yeah. So, but I want to switch. I'm just very admirable of that. That's very cool. But I'm wondering really here, what are you able to do with a great personality and authentic personality like Dr. Oz in social media? What have you done, and what are some of the plans that you have for your time ahead?
Yeah, I think that the big thing with social media is that you can't fake it. It brings people. I always think about when I saw the King's speech. They're talking about radio, and they're like, this is taking us into people's living rooms. We're invading their living rooms. Social media is that on steroids. So if you're not a brand that is passionate and connects with people and cares about your fans or your consumer or whatever it is, then that's going to come through in social media. So with Dr. Oz, he loves it. So when I was talking about, little video microblogging platforms like tout.com, about like, this is 15 seconds where you can film a quick tip or film a response in real time, he was like, yeah, let's do it. Going on Twitter, answering people in Twitter chats, picking questions to answer via Facebook questions, having, tons of boards on Pinterest. He loves, by the way, he loves Pinterest. We all love it. Our demo loves it. He's
visual bookmarking.
Visual bookmarking. He, in 7 weeks has become one of the biggest brands on the site. So, all that really comes through. His personality comes through in social media, and I think that's the beauty of it. I mean, that's what a lot of brands are trying to fight a lot, because they don't have that. But when you have it, it comes through in social media big time. And I mean, and he loves it.
So one last question: second screen strategy, social TV. What are you doing around that?
We're trying to really ramp it up. I've only been there about 6 months, and I just finished a huge deck about, here's how we should integrate social media into the show. And I sat down with the executive producers, with our director of digital, and we were like, this is what we need to be doing. Here's examples of other people that are doing it. And they were like, we get it. We gotta engage and have people interact instead of it being just a one-way street. So they really took to it well. I mean, big shout outs to the executive producers. I mean, they get it. And I think that over the course of time, especially in season 4, there's going to be a lot of ramp up, and I just sat into the Bravo talk with the Bravo guys, and I mean they get it, man. It is ridiculous, but well,
they got Andy too, so
yeah, exactly. So I mean, we're going to really try to ramp it up. We might not be quite on their level, but I think that definitely in season 4 you're going to see a much more interactive show, and I'm beyond excited about it.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so very much for your time, and thank you all for joining us. This is Chris Heuer for Social Media Clubhouse with John Oates from Dr. Oz.